Alright, so I got this John Deere 440 right here. Sitting for a long time. It was seized. I pulled the front hydraulic pump off, and I put a breakable ball on it. I just couldn't get it to break free. So then I pulled the head off. I put a block of wood in it and hit it with a hammer, and that really wasn't doing much. But then I got a pull power, which had like a big rubber ball on it, so it was gentle to the pistons. I put that on it and I wrapped a chain around it and was pumping on it and was able to get it to break free pretty gently, I think. I tried reusing the old head gasket. It did seem like it bolted, but it started getting lots of water in the cylinders. So I got a new head gasket, and we're going to clean these surfaces up, and there is a little hairline crack right there and there. So I got some Pulmatex foamy gasket. I hope that's supposed to work pretty good on cracks. So we'll put that on along with some copper spray on the head gasket. But right now we'll go clean the head up, and we'll come out and start cleaning this up. Here's the head. It's in pretty good shape. It's a little bit rusty. I try to put some WD-40 on it every now and then to keep it from rusting. I got one of these V-Vol die grinders and a bunch of sanding pads. So we'll get one of those and we'll touch this up and get it looking nice, and we'll do the block also. Here's to this Pulmatex foamy gasket. Never used it before, but old great things. So we'll get this cleaned up and then I'll go clean the block up. Got the head all cleaned up. It looks pretty good. It's not too bad. I also got the intake cleaned up with the carburetor mounts. Now we'll go take this little air compressor and the hose out, and we'll go clean up the block. And yeah, got the block all cleaned up. It looks pretty good. There's that hairline crack right there and over there. Looks like somebody messed with the hammer, whatever that was. Looks like there was something floating around in that cylinder. It got kind of beat up. This one doesn't look too bad. Got the push rods right here all cleaned up. I got some assembly lube on it, so we'll put these in. Okay, all the push rods are in. Now we'll go get the head and put it on and get ready to start torquing it down. Okay, I got that Pulmatex foamy gasket on those cracks. It seems like pretty nice stuff. It's really sticky. I got the head and everything laid out right here. There's the head gasket. There's the copper spray. I do not have a manual for this. I could order one, but I don't want to take that long. And I can't find anything online talking about the torque spec. But these are the head bolts here. They're grade 5, 9/16 bolt. I checked with this, and I believe it was 14 or 13 threads per inch. And when you look it up online, it says 82 to 136 foot-pounds for a grade 5 9/16 bolt. But then I found that it says 82 to 114 dry, and we all installing these dry. And then we're going to do a 3-step torque when we torque it down to increase it. We're going to start from the center. The first time we do 30%, I picked 110 foot-pounds. I feel like that's pretty good between 82 and 114. So we're going to do 30% to 110, which is 33 foot-pounds. And then the second go around, we're going to do 60%, which is 66 foot-pounds. And then the last one, we do 100%, which we do 110. So I think it'll work. We'll give it a try and see what happens. Okay, so I got the head bolted down. It went pretty smoothly. I decided to do 105 foot-pounds instead of 110 for my final torque. I just started thinking about it and kind of thought maybe 110 was just a little bit high, but I feel pretty confident with the 105. So now probably clean up that surface there and that surface there with the die grindle. There's like a little wattle neck that goes on there, and we'll put that on, and then we'll put the cap on, and right there is a wattle drain for the engine. I think we'll put a gauge on that, try to put a little bit of air pressure in that to see if it's leaking and stuff, and filling it up full of wattle and dealing with that mess. So yeah. Okay, I think we have successfully got this head bolted down and on the right torque and everything. I can't get it to hold much air because cap is leaking. But you can pressure it up to probably about 10 psi and pull the cap and it blows a bunch of air out. I put my ear up against the valve train down here and you can't hear any air seeping. Before, when I reused the old head gasket, it would go right down into the crankcase about as fast as you could pull it down the radiator. So I think it's doing pretty good. I think we will put the rocker cover on in the carburetor and maybe we'll see if it starts real quick, and if it starts then we'll put some antifreeze in it. Okay, so I got the carburetor on, all the throttle linkages hooked up. Here's the choke. I got the muffler on, because why not? The rocker arm cover's back on. I pulled the cap and rotor off. I'm probably going to fire these points real quick, because they always need it. And I need to hook up the coil and run power to it from the battery. And then I need to hook up, I think for now I'm just going to put a little 1 quart gallon of gas up to the carburetor, see if it fires. If it fires and seems like I have no problems, then I'll hook it back up to the fuel tank. But I got the doors open, so yeah. Okay, so it's a couple days later now. I put this carburetor on. I tried starting it, but I couldn't get it to start. I was kind of fighting it, so then I took the carburetor apart and figured out that it wasn't getting any fuel in it, and it's obviously pretty bad. So we're gonna sandblast it, clean it all up. I'm gonna build a new gasket for it. I have a tractor that has the same carburetor, but the paddle this is wide on my tractor. It's closer for the bolts or the studs, and but it has the same gasket, so I have a spare gasket in here that's bad, but I could use it as a template, and we'll cut it all out and put it together. Okay, so I got this gasket cut out. There's the template. That's what it looks like. Had to add that and that. And fits on there pretty darn good, I think. Throw it together and go put it on the dozer and see what happens. Okay, I got the carburetor on. I put fuel in the fuel tank. That's dripping just a little bit, but I think it's good enough to see if it starts. I did put a little bit of antifreeze in it. It's a little bit low, probably would take more once it starts. Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so I got it to start popping a little bit. I had to pull the carburetor apart. There was a bunch of crap in the main jet. Now it's overfeeling too much. I have the main jet that tightened up as much as it can, and I even tried blowing through the jet, and it's still, you could blow lots of air through it. So I think I need to get a new jet and seat and everything, and I'll do a much better job rebuilding this carb. I'll get a rebuild kit offline and get that put back together. That'll probably do it for this video, but I will come out with a second video on fixing that carburetor, and we'll get it actually to run and move around. And then we'll put it back together, get the hood back on it and the pump back on, and probably new fuel line and new sediment bowl because that's leaking too, and we'll just get it all tightened right up and looking good. That's if it runs good and doesn't knock or anything. So yeah, I guess keep your eye out for part 2.